to the Gary Common Council meeting. Today is July the 6th, 2026, and our meeting starts at 6 p.m. Please bow your head for a moment of silence. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
She did a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Brown. Councilman Halliburton.
Here.
Councilwoman Ivy.
Present.
Councilwoman Latham. Councilman Tolliver.
Present.
Councilman Washington.
Present.
Councilman Wissington. Councilman Williams.
Here.
Councilwoman Latham.
Happy to be here.
President Caldwell.
Present.
There are 7 present, 3 absent.
With 7 present
Wait a
and
minute.
3 absent.
2 absent, I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry, too. And how many? You said 7.
7 present, 2 absent.
We have 7 present and 2 absent. We have a quorum to conduct the business for the city of Gary. May I have a motion to approve the previous minutes?
Second.
A motion has been made and approved to approve the minutes from the previous meeting. Roll call?
Councilman Halliburton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham.
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Williams.
Yes.
And President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, vote is 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, the minutes have been approved. Assignment of council pending ordinance and resolutions.
CPO 2026-28, an ordinance adopting official zoning map of the city of Gary to become effective as of August 1st, 2026, sponsored by Eddie Melton, Mayor, City of Gary, Planning and Zoning Department, and the Gary City Plan Commission.
Planning,
CPO 2026-29, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for a property located at 9449 Lake Shore Drive to be used as a short-term rental property by petitioners Rex Blackwell and Peggy Blackwell, sponsored by Zoning Department, petitioner Mark Adams and Nicole Swan, 9449 Lake Street, Gary, Indiana.
planning,
Yeah, that's the error.
sir, if you would just give us a moment.
Okay. The petitioners for 2026-29 is Rex Blackwell and Peggy Blackwell, 9449 Lake Street, Gary, Indiana.
Planning and development,
CPO 2026-30, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for property located at 4002 Pennsylvania Street to be used for independent living by petitioner Shaquita Bryant, sponsored by Gary Zoning Department. Petitioner Shaquita Bryant, 4002 Pennsylvania Street, Gary, Indiana.
planning and development.
Madam President, ends assignment of pending ordinances and resolutions.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
the Planning and Development Committee meeting has before it the following ordinances for its review. Council pending ordinance 2026-28, council pending ordinance 2020-29, and council pending ordinance 2026-30. For the record, I approve these ordinances reporting out to the council. Councilwoman Latham.
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver. Yes. For the record, the majority of the Planning and Development Committee has approved the following ordinances for reporting out to the council. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Councilman.
Madam Chair, the Planning and Development Committee would like to report out to the council CPO 2026-28, CPO 2026-29, and CPO 2026-30.
Thank you. Okay. Next, we will have, do we have any reports of standing committees?
Good evening, everyone. I would like to make an announcement. Mr. Michael Gaines
We need
will
to make a
be,
motion.
can I make a motion to announce the appointment for the social status of black males? Our new-
Second. Oh, you got some more?
Yeah, he needs to tell what.
Okay.
is what,
My bad.
he will be, I'm going to make this announcement to discuss our new secretary for volunteer non-voting status with the Gary Commissions on the social status of black males.
So you're making a motion.
I'm making a motion to discuss the appointment, to announce the appointment, I'm sorry.
To appoint.
No, to announce the appointment. Okay,
Are you sending it to committee or are you making a decision?
I'm making a decision.
You're not announcing, you appoint.
Okay.
So it's a motion to appoint and whatever his name.
He's actually replacing. Oh, yeah, okay.
To make the appointment for the secretary for the social status of black males.
Second, Madam Chair.
Okay, do we have any discussion?
No,
Yeah.
Who was in the position previously?
the position previously was held by
Councilwoman,
Councilwoman Caldwell.
the Vanessa Allen McLeod.
Uh,
This is the person, her proxy.
Mr. Fields.
Yeah, Mr. Fields is being replaced by Mr. Gaines now.
Okay. So the individual for that position, his name is Mr. Michael Gaines. Okay.
Any other discussion?
Yes. What is his position again?
Currently, he'll be the secretary and volunteer.
Secretary.
Yes.
Roll call?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, Michael Gaines is the new appointee for the Urban League, as the proxy for Dr. Vanessa Allen McLeod. Okay. Do we
Madam
have
Chair.
it? Yes, sir.
I would like to announce to the public on July 15th, here at the Gary Public Safety Community Room, we will be having a public forum hosted by myself and Councilman of the 6th District, Dwight Williams. We are going to be hosting the Citizens Action Coalition. And I saw them a few months ago out in Maryville, and they did a complete presentation on issues concerning rates and NIPSCO rates. And they also talked about legislation that will affect possibly those rates, like Senate Bill 424 about small nuclear reactors. And they were able to answer any questions because the Citizens Action Coalition is a group primarily that is down in Indianapolis, and they are a lobby and they work and also have complaints against the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission. So I challenge them to not just go to Maryville, but to come to Gary and have that same discussion with the residents here in Gary. So again, on July 15th, they will be here at the Gary Public Safety Community Room to do a presentation and ask any questions. And Madam Chair, the second thing I would like to bestow upon the public, anyone, and this is for the listening audience, if you have any legislation that comes before this council and that legislation was originated by the administration, if there is a discrepancy, please talk to the administration. We cannot have any interruptions at our public meetings while we're doing business. If an ordinance originated with the administration, there is somebody here in administration that you can speak to outside of interrupting our public meeting. Not offended, we just want to keep business as we need to keep it with the Gary Common Council so we can flow. So I'm pretty sure the gentleman who had any questions, somebody from Planning and Development could answer that person's questions without interrupting the meeting. Madam Chair, sorry about that, but I just felt that needed to be said.
Thank you. So we're in our public, and select. Come on. What's wrong? They are there. So I don't know if this is petitioner.
That shouldn't be there, it should have been there.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to announce that in that meeting, the same gentleman will be discussing the data centers that are coming towards Northwest Indiana.
Yes, sir.
Madam President, can I do select? I would just like to give a congratulations to Thea Bowman's own Quintavious Fly. He was named the 2026 Male Athlete of the Year for all of Northwest Indiana. So on behalf of the Gary Common Council, we would like to tell that young man congratulations, and we wish him the best in all his future endeavors.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Special and select?
Yes, Madam President. The City of Gary will begin their Wind Down Wednesday, July the 8th, 5 to 9 p.m. in Marquette Park Pavilion. Also, this Saturday will be the next Gary Downtown Marketplace in the 4th District. It was well attended at the last marketplace, so please go down and support those vendors. Sanitary District is asking to move the trash cans to the front of your homes. And that's it. Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Latham? I know you got some.
Sure, thank you, Madam President. I'm sad that today is at least the last council meeting of our Chief of Staff, LaShawn Brooks. So I just wanted to express my deepest gratitude for all the work that she's done serving this council. You all know that friend isn't really a term that I throw out very loosely. We began as coworkers and then as colleagues and as business associates, but I really feel like in the last year and a half, we have become friends. And so while I am very sad, and I'm sure I share this sentiment with all of my colleagues, we are all very, very sad to see you go, but just want to wish you all the best, all the blessings of God. May they follow you into your future and your next endeavors. Thank you so much for serving this council. Thank you, Madam President.
Madam President.
Yes. Councilman Halliburton?
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't be present because of the summer cold. I also want to commend the hard work that Chief of Staff, Ms. Brooks, portrayed during her time. I appreciate her. And she still had 2 more days to change her mind. Also, just like to make an announcement on the 2nd District community. The Gary Community Partnership City Community Family has in its community impact meeting. Your voice, our future. When? July 9th at 6 p.m. Where? GCP Community Garden at 532 Johnson Street. Calling all 2nd District residents, business owners, parents, faith leaders, and more. Our community is facing real challenging times and real opportunities. Join us as we address concerns, share experiences, and build a plan for meaningful change. Your perspective is essential. Our 5-step action plan is: number 1, identify our concerns. Number 2, offer solutions. Number 3, create the action plan. Number 4, measure success. And number 5, sustain progress. This would take place again Wednesday, July 9th at 6 p.m. at the GCP Community Garden Center at 532 Johnson Street. For more information, you contact at 219-427-2421 or go to the website www.garycommunitypartnership.com. I also want to acknowledge the families of the lost ones of Miss Rita Hayes, a good friend of mine, Master Troop, who just retired, Russell Hayes' sister. The viewing will be taking place at Allen on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me, it will be taking place on Friday, and the funeral will take place at New Jerusalem, 11 o'clock. So our prayers goes out to the Rita Hayes family, and also our acknowledgement of the First Lady of the Nation of Islam, Miss Mother Khadijah Farrakhan, passed recently. Our prayers goes out to our brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Madam President,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like for the community to extend traveling grace and mercy to those that will be traveling to Ghana with St. Timothy Church this coming week. May they have traveling grace and make it back home to us safely and enjoy themselves.
Thank you. All right. At this time, we'll have public portion, public comment. We have Dawn Darsono, Kyle, Kylie, Janik. 2 minutes.
Okay. 2 minutes. I don't want to talk too fast, but I got to get this out. I'm not here to bash the council. They haven't done anything to me. I did ask a question last time, I think. The question is, does Reagan Hatcher have carte blanche over her whole department? I understand general services under her now, and they let us down horribly. They changed it. If you have an alley, you got to put your garbage in the front. We didn't like it. We were here at the last council meeting and expressed our concerns, but we did it anyway because we're law-abiding citizens. I just want y'all to know they didn't collect my garbage on Wednesday. So I did the right thing. I called 311 the next day, and the young lady dispatched someone that next morning. They got the guy next to me on the corner and a guy in the next block. Well, I found out by then they didn't get anybody from 5th to 8th, the whole 3 blocks of 5th and Roosevelt. So I called back to 311. I also called General Services, and it's hard to get them guys on the phone, but I finally got a guy, and he apologized and carried on, and he came out and got my garbage Friday. But guess what? They still didn't get nobody else. So if you drive down my street right now from 5th to 8th, you're going to see a horrible sight. I just wanted the council people to be aware of it. I told my councilman, and I know y'all didn't do it. That's why I'm not fussing at y'all. But I would like to know what is going on with general services. And y'all can't answer that. I'm going to explore that further. Because y'all ain't giving no discounts, and you ain't giving no refunds. Oh, and about 2 years ago, I accidentally put one of my checks in the collection box along with my payment. And they actually kept my $70-some check that was written to somebody else, put it in the bank account, cashed it. The girl told me she found it, I could come get my check. Then somebody above her pay grade told her no, and they kept my money and deducted it from my bill every month.
Thank you, Ms.
Time.
Go figure.
Thank you.
Kyle Janik.
I believe I signed in. I was signing in. I don't have any public comment. I'm just here to represent the CPO 2026-23.
Thank you. Celinda Harris.
Hello, everybody. I want to say hello first. Well, I want to tell the council that I'm very pleased with the work that you're doing. And as the comment was made about the garbage pickups, times are changing. If you go to different communities across America, you'll find that the garbage cans are placed in the front. We have to have access to the alleys because the alleys have become deteriorated. So People need, well, my opinion only. First of all, like I said, I want to say thank you to the council. Secondly, you have to get ready for change and new initiatives. Otherwise, the infrastructure of the city is going to fall apart. And we have to make sure that things are done correctly. So just get used to putting the trash in the front. Now, one thing they did say that it was supposed to be on the first. First of all, the employment is down. The people that work for the sanitary district or the general service, we don't have the capacity that we once had. So get your children, your young people who have no jobs, or the young people who have been working for the summer, to get out and apply for jobs. And then we'll make it better. I just want to thank you, and God bless all of you. Let's look for something that makes us happy. Thank you very much for this time.
Carolyn Lewis. Carolyn Lewis.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. I just want to make a comment on the garbage pickup on the front. I understand that there's change and, you know, nothing stays the same. I understand all of that. But sometimes, you know, in certain areas in our city, they have been picking up garbage in the front all along. But then there are certain areas, I live at 336 Taft Street, and the way some of our homes are built, I'll speak for mine. I have 4 steps that you got to pull this can up, and then you got to bring it down in the front, you know, on, you know, the front of the steps. Then you got to roll it around the side to the front, to the curb. Now, I'm sure there are other seniors, because I spoke to the people on Taft Place as well, and some of them are having problems with this too. But depending on how your home is made, it's not easy to get that can up and downstairs into the front of the home. And in the wintertime, it's going to be worse. I am a senior, and I'm just, you know, saying that it may be difficult for other people that are not seniors, but I'm speaking on behalf of the seniors for one thing, because we do have, you know, a problem with that. And depending on how your home is made, how it's situated, it may be an issue. It may not be for a lot of people, but, you know, I think that should be looked into, and thank you for allowing me to speak on that.
Thank you. Did you want to come now, or you want to wait? You want to come now? Okay. Rachel Caesar. So when we get ready
Can you hear me? Am I on?
Yes. Well, no. Thank you. You all.
On? Okay, thank you. All right, good evening to the council, to your listening, and to the folks in the room. Thank you for this opportunity. I kind of want to give a high-level overview over the city's revamped recycling initiative that rolled out last Wednesday, July 1st. But before I do so, I just want to clarify, Ms. Dawn, that General Services is a division of Public Works that does not sit under the sanitary district. So I believe you're referring to the sanitary district when you talk about trash collection. And Mr. Suggs is going to elaborate on that a little more later. But I did want to share with the council and the residents here in the city of Gary just a brief overview over the new recycling program that we rolled out last Wednesday. We have been having this discussion for, I'm going to say, well over the last year, and after a lot of engagement with the community, other communities, we've gathered elected officials from around the region, as well as industry professionals, really trying to come up with an initiative that can work here in the city of Gary. And I can tell you all that our biggest challenge has been with the integrity of the recycling. Recycling only works when it's clean. If it's not clean, not only will we eventually be put out of the program, all recycling from this area goes to a materials recovery facility in Homewood, Illinois. And it's all based on the fact that at least 80% of the loads that we pick up from our residents has to be clean. So with that, because, you know, we're all excited about recycling, but it really is a learning curve on how to do it and how to do it correctly. So we've put a good deal of time and effort into coming up with a program that we think can work, but I want to make everyone aware of the conditions of it working, right? So to give us all the best chance to have a really good, clean, effective recycling program. So starting last Wednesday, and one of the key features of the change is that we're moving to a bi-weekly collection schedule. So rather than every other week, your recycling day remains the same. It doesn't change. So if you were collected on Monday, none of that changes. But rather than every week, we're going to collect bi-weekly. The information that's available, we think it's comprehensive. We've included everything, a map of the city that allows everyone to know when their collection day will happen, even every other week. So all of that information is available on our website, Public Works. I have some handouts here, and it's available on the city's Facebook page, but you need only reach out to our recycling department and get all of your questions answered, or any information if you need a bin. We are requiring, let me just hit the key features here. So we're pleased to announce an important update to our residential recycling program. As I said, following a comprehensive year-long review of operations that included some really deep engagement, we are moving forward with a cleaner, more reliable, and accountable system, and this part is really important. It's specifically designed to improve service efficiency, reduce contamination, and guarantee that the collected materials are successfully recycled. That's the whole program. If we can't successfully recycle, then we're just kind of operating on a hope that we're doing something good for the community and for the environment. So with that, the new collection schedule is every other week. As I indicated, I have a full map. You can find your address and you'll know what week your collection will be gathered, your recycling will be gathered. The clear program compliance and monitoring is probably the most key feature. So to ensure that the program remains sustainable and effective, it will be closely monitored. Only approved recyclable items detailed in the program brochure. And we've made it really easy for what you can recycle. It's as simple as paper and cardboard, plastics, metals, and glass. That's it, okay? So we feel with that reduction, we can keep it clean. And if we want to add things, if we feel like we're doing really good, if we want to add other items, we can certainly, there'll be room to do that. But we're starting out with that, and that should accommodate the bi-weekly collection schedule. I can't overstate how important compliance is. We're asking folks to we're asking folks to register for the program. So even if you are an existing recycling household, we're asking you, because we need to make sure that you are committed to recycling in a way that is acceptable. So we're asking folks to do that for that reason, but also so that we can get some good data on the actual number of households that are participating. So if you want to join the recycling initiative, if you need a recycling bin, and again, all of the information is on our site, you need only call our Public Works Recycling Division and be able to get that information. And the third is the, and it's not mandatory, but we feel like residents or households needs to have some kind of skin in the game. So that's why we're kind of asking folks to sign an agreement that they agree to do that. And as your recycling is monitored on a bi-weekly basis, we'll be able to know who is not in compliance. We'll work with you, but when it becomes evident that you're just not in a position to recycle properly, then we'll take the appropriate action. So that's the big picture of what the new program looks like. We're asking folks that by the end of July that they reach out to us, whether you're existing or new to the program, so that we can make sure that you're a part of the record. And we think we've built a template for a really good program. All we need is our residents. And we've been saying all along that we want to recycle. We want to recycle. We've been talking about this for the last 2 years. So we feel that this will be a really good test. And hopefully we can pass with flying colors to be able to implement a program that's efficient, that's effective, and really does help in our environmental objectives. Thank you. Do you have any questions
Councilwoman
to the council?
Heidi?
Yes.
Yes, I have a question. For apartment complexes in the city that may not have their trash collected by the city of Gary, are they able or will they be approached or asked to participate in this program?
That's a very good question, Counselor. So as you know, apartment, I think it's 4 units and above, typically require commercial collection for their trash. And I don't know, but I'm going to find out because we haven't really looked into that opportunity for our apartment dwellers to be able to do so. So I'll look into that and I'll certainly give you an update on it.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So, in the Glen Park area, where I reside at, we were Monday, but then we moved to Tuesday. So with this new plan, we're going back to Monday?
No, your day will stay the same. So whatever day your recycling was collected, that does not change. We're simply moving to a bi-monthly collection schedule. So rather than every week, it will be every other week, but the day doesn't change. Is that bi-weekly?
Yeah, bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Is that bi-monthly?
Okay, I'm sorry. Bi-weekly. But your day doesn't change.
So you'll be collecting every 2 weeks?
We don't like to say every 2 weeks because it doesn't exactly pan out that way, much like that, you know, you got a couple of months that wouldn't, so we say bi-weekly. It doesn't exactly roll out to every other week. I think there may be a couple of months out of the year where you may have 3 collections. So we just go with every other week.
Councilman Tolliver?
If I could ask, imagine if a citizen has abundance of recyclables. Is it okay for them to put it in 311 or contact you all to pick that up on certain
Absolutely.
occasions?
Absolutely. Phil, thank you for raising that, Councilman. We encourage people to use, and that could happen. I mean,
Right.
you know, seasonally or for a variety of reasons that could happen.
And if I could still, Madam President, I would like for us to also put in here that when it comes to like holidays, whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, maybe we can do an extra pickup throughout that time.
Sure.
Because we know it's going to be an abundance of things, and we still want to make sure that we're doing things right when it comes to recycling. Not just putting it all on.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And thank you for raising that, and that's certainly doable. But I do want to stress that a couple of things I want to stress. So we have 2 different recycling bins here in the city of Gary. We have the green bins with the yellow top, and we have the black bins with the green top. Now, through our trash transition, and we know this, folks were using recycling bins for trash. And there are folks, maybe some in this room, certainly some listening, who are doing that. We are not going to be able to do that. Recycling bins are for recyclables. If you need an additional trash can, and you may very well need that, then you need to reach out to the Gary Sanitary District so that you can get a second can. But if you put trash in your recycling bin and put it out, in all likelihood, that bin is going to be collected, because that is not the intended use of it. So just so we know that. And I just want to finally say that recycling is just one of the initiatives of we've really been working to build out our waste diversion initiative here in the city of Gary. And that's just keeping stuff out of the landfill. So recycling is a big part of it. I'm really excited about our participation in plastic reduction. I personally feel that the more we can eliminate not even buying in the first place, just sort of minimizes what goes to the landfill. So we've actually become a partner with the Plastics Reduction Alliance. We're doing some things at City Hall as a pilot with using refillable containers and just really trying to model that behavior in terms of just, plastic, plastic, plastic. So that's one aspect of our waste diversion. We also have e-waste collection at our yard, our general services yard on 11th and Madison, where we accept electronics. We do this on a regular basis. Tree limbs, we have a tire collection program. We have the yard compost. So recycling is just one element of a more robust waste diversion that we're trying to build here in the city of Gary. Okay?
Any other questions?
Yes. Well, number one, a lot of residents in the city, they don't tune in to the council meetings.
Very good.
So will this schedule be mailed to those residents about recycling?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
A lot of residents do not tune in to the council meeting. So therefore, with this schedule for recycling, will that be mailed to their homes?
Yes,
It will?
yes, yes. Now, what we're doing, Councilman, is to all of our, we have a database of existing, I think there are about 5,000 folks currently on that list. We don't believe that number is good, which is why this is going to kind of help us get good data. But yes, and especially the folks who've reached out for an additional can. So we're engaging people. We know that the month until we kind of get settled and people get used to their collection day and the schedule, but we expect that by the end of the month, we should be rolling pretty good. We do have a drop-off location as an immediate sort of option for renters. There is a recycling container that's manned. It's actually at the GSD facility on West 3rd Avenue. Is that, what is it? 3600 4th Avenue here in the city of Gary, for those of you. So they have, and that's a 24-hour facility, and residents can drop off recycling anytime there. So I just wanted to kind of offer that up as an immediate solution, but we'll certainly look into the question.
Okay, and one last question.
Sure.
With the past storms that we had to endure, we were blessed not to be hit in Gary. Can we predict a date or a time when we can get out with our tree trimming crew and prune back these long branches that extend over the streets?
Yeah, that's, yes. And we're working on mapping and a schedule for that. As you know, you're well aware of the condition of our overall tree canopy. We have a lot of trees that are on the ground, right? We had trees, I mean, there just becomes a point like the other day. It wasn't raining, it wasn't storming, and we had trees falling. I guess you just reach a point where they just can't stand just the weight of their own, of the tree itself. So yes, we've already started to do some work on the downtown, in the downtown corridor, but that is the plan, Councilman, as well as the alley vegetation and clearance. Not only, as the earlier speaker said, to try to restore the integrity of the alleys, but, to make them usable for the residents, for our utility partners, for our public safety vehicles. So that is a high priority for our team.
I mean, I understand that taking down an entire tree is time consuming, and but what if we focus on just pruning back the tree branches?
Yeah, and we have, I wish we had the luxury of just, having a singular focus, but that is something, and we do know that in your district, it's probably, it's an issue.
It's an
So
issue,
we
yes.
are aware.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
thank you.
No other questions?
it?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Ms.
Council.
Lisa, yes. Clarence Thornton?
All right. Good evening, Council. My name is Clarence Thornton. Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank God for allowing us to be here this evening. My name is Clarence Thornton, and we are Black Labor Week. I am the president of the Gary chapter. I'm here because to show our gratitude and thanks to the Gary Common Council for our Juneteenth event that we had on Juneteenth. We love to thank the Chief of Staff, LaShawn Brooks. She was very essential in helping us get everything started up. Thank you to you, President Cardwell, for your help as well. Everyone else that came out, especially Hollenberg. He was one of the DJs out there, and all the all the other council people that came out in support. Thank you for the citizens of Gary for coming out and support. We really are grateful. Hopefully this will be another partnership that we continue for next year and in the future. So thank you.
Mark Adams. Okay, so, sir, are you here to public comment or?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay,
here for the
we're,
ordinance.
okay. Ms. Bush? Oh, you. Aaron and Jessica. Are you all here for the ordinance? Okay. All right, that ends, public comment. Thank you. Where are we at? Ordinance and resolutions on third and final reading.
CPO 2026-19, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for property located at 1045 Shelby Avenue to be used as a short-term rental property by petitioner Island Time Rentals LLC, sponsored by the zoning department. Petitioner Island Time Rentals LLC, 1045 Shelby Avenue, Gary, Indiana.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
make a motion for approval of CPO 2026-19.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and second. Overview at this time?
Good evening, counselors. Thank you for this opportunity. My name's Corey Sharp. I'm with the Planning and Zoning Office. This is a request by petitioner Island Time Rentals for a special use to operate a short-term rental. This did come through the BZA in April. It came out of BZA with no recommendation. I just want to note that because it was our first meeting and our first vote for our BZA members, and we did not end up having a majority of the votes. However, because this is a special use, it does come to you for final approval. The location of this property is at 1045 Shelby Street.
Any questions?
Where are we on the timeline as far as getting these approved?
This one was really close. I think this is the next.
Oh, it is, okay.
We have roll call. Roll call.
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Miles Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
No.
Madam President, vote is 6 yes, 1 no.
With a vote of 6 yes, 1 no, CPO 2026-19 passes.
CPO 2026-20, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for property located at 803 to 805 North Warren Street to be used as a short-term rental property by petitioner Mark Adams and Nicole Swan, sponsored by Gary Zoning Department. Petitioner Mark Adams, Nicole Swan, 803 to 805 North Warren Street, Gary, Indiana.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I make a motion for approval of CPO 2026-20.
Second.
Overview?
Thank you, Madam President. This is a petition, again, for a short-term rental. This was heard by the BZA at a public hearing on April 9th. It did come out with a favorable recommendation. We did have public input received during it, but again, the final recommendation out of the BZA was favorable.
Any questions? Roll call?
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
No.
Madam President, voted 6 yes, 1 no.
With a vote of 6 yes, 1 no, CPO 2026-20 passes.
CPO 2026-21, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for property located at 2255 Jennings Street to be used for independent living by petitioner Tia Thompson. Sponsored by the Gary Zoning Department, petitioner Tia Thompson, 2255 Jennings Street, Gary, Indiana.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move for approval of CPO 2026-21.
Second.
Overview.
Thank you, Madam President. This petition is a special use variance request. However, it's for independent living. And I do just want to talk a little bit about this latest trend in Gary. We are getting a lot of requests for independent living. This is when you have a single family home where the home owner, the property owner, is leasing out individual bedrooms. But because it's a for rent and treating like a multi-family environment, they are having to go through this special use process in order to receive permission to treat this as an independent living rather than a single-family home. This property was in front of the BZA on April 9th. It did come out with a favorable recommendation, and we did not have any public input at the time of the hearing.
Any questions?
Madam President,
Yes.
do you have any public input now?
No, I did not mean to phrase it that way. I do not have any public input now either.
Roll call?
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, voted 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, CPO 2026-21 passes.
CPO 2026-22, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for property located at 901 Potawatomi Trail to be used as a short-term rental property by petitioner Ward Investments LLC. Sponsored by the Gary Zoning Department, petitioner Ward Investments LLC, 9101 Potawatomi Trail, Gary, Indiana.
Madam President,
Yes.
I move for approval of council pending ordinance 2026-22.
Second.
Okay, roll call overview, yeah. Roll call. Overview, Ms.
Thank you, Madam President. This petition, I just got off my screen, we're back to short-term rentals. This project is surrounded by other short-term rentals in the area. It's again a Miller neighborhood. This did come before the BZA May 14th. We also received public input at the April 25th meeting as well. So this spent a couple months at the BZA with discussion and public input. At the end of it, we did make a recommendation, the board did, favorable to come to you with favorable recommendation.
Any questions?
Is the petitioner here?
Right here.
Okay, I remember, yeah, okay. All right. Thank you for coming. I don't have no questions, Madam Chair.
Roll call?
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
No.
Madam President, voted 6 yes, 1 no.
With a vote of 6 yes, 1 no, CPO 2026-22 passes.
CPO 2026-23, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for property located at 3150 Richard Gordon Hatcher Boulevard to add the use of compressed natural gas at gas station, sponsored by Gary Zoning Department, petitioner Trillium Transportation Fuels, 2929 Allen Parkway, Suite 4100, Houston, Texas.
Madam President,
Yes.
make a motion for approval of council pending ordinance 2026-23.
Second.
Overview.
Thank you, Madam President. This is a unique request because this is a fueling station. It's located at 3150 Gordon Hatcher Boulevard, formerly Grant. It's the Love's gas station on the west side of the road. This did come before the BZA on May 14th. We did not receive any public input. It is coming out with a favorable recommendation to you. The reason why it is coming to you is because they are requesting for compressed natural gas, which is a different type of fueling system, and so they're bringing that platform to the Love's gas station.
Any questions?
Is there anyone here from Love's? So,
Excuse me, unless you are telling us you're going to have some E85 gas.
Your mic off.
Unless you're telling us you're going to have some E85 gas, I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
I did speak to my colleagues, and they were going to look into the E85 there for you.
okay. All right. Just for a safe, reassurance, can you briefly explain the transition to the residents?
The transition to the residents. Okay, so we're taking gas from the utility company from NIPSCO. We compress it to somewhere around 3,500 psi. Store that as fuel, and when vehicles that run on compressed natural gas, they have engines that use CNG. They come to this fueling station and fuel up. The fueling process is very similar to diesel or unleaded fuel, just a different nozzle type, different attachment to the vehicle, since it is a gas instead of a liquid. Right, yeah, so it is a much more environmentally friendly, cleaner, and emissions friendly fuel burning source. And it's real popular with fleet vehicles, over the road trucks, those types of things, heavy duty vehicles. There's quite a bit of logistics companies in and around the area, and Love's has picked that Love station to install this compressed natural gas to capture that business there.
Thank you.
Madam President?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you also explain the compliance with applicable fire safety, safety regulations, people using this type of gas, if it leaks out? Can you just confirm the overall safety? I know that
Sure.
at Love's, there was a tragic incident there some time ago, and it's rebuilt now and new, so just for a safety aspect for it being new to the community,
Sure.
if you could explain that briefly again, please.
Yeah, so all compressed natural gas facilities are built to NFPA 52 code, so that's the National Fire Prevention Association. They have a code section 52 that talks and regulates all aspects of compressed natural gas fueling. Also, NFPA electrical code 70 as well. we build stations to those codes, and it's approved by those agencies there. But to bring it to a more, I guess, on-site aspect there, if some catastrophic events happens, like you mentioned, a leak, right? We have methane sensors in all of our equipment. So if the LEL of the methane in the air reaches 40%, then the site goes into emergency shutdown. And what that is there's a valve right at the gas inlet, right at the utility inlet, that shuts and it shuts off all the gas going to that station. So in essence, shuts off the leak. Yeah.
I'm just curious. I know Love's has a pretty big footprint, and not all of your stations are providing this CNG. How did this location get chosen?
Yeah, like I said before, we did a study around fleet vehicles and in the area with Expo Logistics and such in the area, along with traffic along the corridor, the I-90 and 94 corridor there. And this just seemed like a good place to put the station to be able to service those vehicles. Yeah.
Any other questions? Roll call?
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, CPO 2026-23 passes.
CPO 2026-24, an ordinance reviewing a use variance for property located at 563 South Lake Street to be used as a veterinary clinic by petitioner Silver Stray Social Incorporated, sponsored by the Gary Zoning Department. Petitioner is Silver Stray Social Incorporated, 563 South Lake Street, Gary, Indiana.
Madam President,
Yes.
make a motion for approval of council pending ordinance 2026-24.
Second.
Overview?
Thank you, Madam President. This is the final Planning and Zoning Department sponsored event tonight. So Silver Strays is a local organization that is opening up a vet clinic. They sought multiple different parcels across the city and finally landed at this address, 563 South Lake Street. It is a commercially zoned property, but it does not permit the use for a veterinary clinic. And so they needed to seek a use variance. This did go through the BZA. It did have a public hearing on April 9th. We did not receive public input. Written public input, we had public input during the meeting. And after public input, we came out of the BZA with a favorable recommendation with conditions. One of the primary conditions is that this is not a kennel by any means. Dogs will not stay overnight. This is a traditional veterinary office where you bring your dogs in, your dogs get the medicines that they need, and then they leave.
Any questions? Roll call?
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, CPO 2026-25, 24 passes.
Madam President, point of information. Point of information. Can somebody from the planning department explain to me and the council, when a ordinance passes through BZA, how long does it take for it to come to the actual council. And the reason why I'm asking is because I'm hearing a lot of these ordinances are coming in April, March, but we're not getting them until later. So what is the process and why is it a delay? And if it is a legitimate one, it may be, I don't know, but I've often saw that many of what we read and what we see, it comes months later. And my other concern with the way the state has tied our hands with Airbnbs, when we get something and we are at the last minute deadline, even if we had a concern, state law overrides what we can actually do from a time constraint. So what happens in between when the BZA approves something and what happens before it gets to us?
Counselor Washington, our internal process is we drive very hard to get to the meeting date. And this last couple months, there has just been a gap between us finishing out that process and getting it over to council. I do not have a legitimate excuse.
Okay.
It is just a flaw in our system that we are going to work to correct. Sylvia and I actually, Dr. Martin and Attorney Molina and I meet on Tuesdays. I'll be sure that we cover our workflow, that it starts from A to Z, cradle to grave, not just getting to the meeting.
Okay, thank you. That's it, thank you.
CPO 2026-25, an ordinance revising the 2026 special revenue budget to reallocate the Health Department Local Health Maintenance Fund, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Beck, City Controller.
Madam President, move for approval
You doing away
of CPO 2026-25. Oh, Ivy's gonna do it? Okay. I didn't know anybody on the committee could do it.
Madam President, I move to approve CPO 2026-25.
Second.
Good evening, council. So actually, CPO 2625, it was tabled at the Ways and Means Committee because we needed to make an amendment. So I was hoping that we could get that reassigned to committee today.
Is there a particular date in which you'd like to see it in committee?
The next available date, we just needed to meet internally to amend some things before final passage.
You can do it when we go back to second reading. You can assign it.
What are you doing?
Madam President, I withdraw my motion to approve CPO 2026-25.
Second.
Councilman Halliburton? Councilman Halliburton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham?
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Councilman Williams?
Yes.
And President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 7-0.
Madam President, I move for approval of CPO 2026-26.
No, no.
Oh, she has to read it first? Okay.
CPO 2026-26, an ordinance revising the 2026 special revenue budget to increase and reallocate the Community Development Supplement Fund, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Beck, City Controller.
Madam President, I move for approval of CPO 2026-26. Overview.
Good evening again, Council, Madam President. So CPO 2026-26 is an increase in reallocation of the Community Development Supplement Fund. So I'll just read the last paragraph just to give a little bit more detail. Whereas the Community Development Supplement Fund will be increased by $168,500 and reallocated as follows. An increase of $84,500 to current chargers for the 2026 Summer Youth Employment Program, a $79,000 increase to machinery and equipment for the purpose of properly classifying vehicle-related expenditures for code enforcement, and an increase of $5,000 to grants and subsidies for community development interdepartmental miscellaneous expenses. So again, this ordinance will result in a total increase of $168,500 to a community development supplement fund, primarily for the summer youth program and vehicles for code enforcement.
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell. Madam President, the vote is 7-0. CPO 2026-27, an ordinance for the City of Gary, Lake County, Indiana, amending the City of Gary American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, spending plan, and reappropriating previously approved ARPA funds. Sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Beck, City Controller.
Madam President, I move for approval of CPO 2026-27.
Second.
Good evening again, Council. So for this ordinance, CPO 2026-27, as we are aware, the City of Gary received $80 million in ARPA funds. This was back in 23, I believe is when they came in. Since then, we have expended funds on a number of projects, economic development. We gave our city workers bonuses, just a number of programs that essentially fought the negative impacts of COVID for the most part. And we have to spend all of these funds by December 31st, 2026. So within the Treasury FAQs, they give us the option to essentially reallocate funds to existing projects. They have to be existing as of December 31st, 2024. So that's what this ordinance is doing, because our goal is to not send anything back to the federal government. So we want to make sure we're spending everything. I do want to turn your attention to the second page, which does include an amendment from what went to Ways and Means Committee. So previously, some of the council members may remember that the total transfer was 1.9 million. It's now down to 1.4, and I just want to explain the change. So previously, we were going to take 500,000 from our down payment assistance program, because at the time, around May, we had an excess of funds. June was a really exciting month for new homeowners, and so essentially we're now down to less than 300,000 in the program. And so instead of pulling it from that program, we want to give people the opportunity to be able to use those funds to move to Gary. So that's going to be the only change here. But in total, we are reallocating 1.4 million to the Brothers Keeper facility, the new build. That's what the transfer is going to be used for. So that's $256,758.98 from city incentive pay. Again, that's the remainder after we paid city employees bonuses. Broadway area CDC of $400,000. Half of that, an additional $400,000, was given to a local business to do some economic development. So that was what was remaining. And then we have $802,083.72 from a Lake Street sewer project. And as I mentioned before, Lake Street sewer projects are ongoing, but GSD is able to finance that with their own funds. And so this is what was remaining within ARPA.
Yes.
If possible, Ms. Beck, can you dive deeper into why we're giving the money to Broadway CDC and what we're doing with it, with them?
Are you saying what those funds were used for before?
Yeah, for Broadway CDC.
So that would be a follow-up question, because I don't want to give you the wrong information, but I know it was a local business, and I can't remember the name of that business, that did some type of economic development back in 24, 25. Okay. And so this is what was remaining from that allocation.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the Washington Street Manor House.
That sounds very familiar, yes.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Ivy, I need a motion to amend by substitution.
Madam President, I make a motion to amend by substitution CPO 2026-27.
Second. Okay. Roll call on the amendment.
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, CPO 2026-27 has been amended.
Thank you, Council.
Okay. Now I need a roll call, ma'am. We need a roll call to pass it.
I had a question, Madam President. I'm wondering, when we're making decisions to reappropriate dollars like this, if there's ever an opportunity for us to be included on what some of the priorities could be. You know, I understand the, Lake Street Sewer Project, but I have significant flooding on another street, the one behind Chase Street. I know originally we had included that as an ARPA project, and it was cut out. And Ms. Beck, this is all before you were there. So I just want to make the point. Also, I was on a call about our mobile mental health unit, and I understand that that was diverted to Edgewater, but there's still some, I believe, mobile crisis initiatives, I think priorities that we have that deserve at least an opportunity for discussion for funding. So I'm just wondering if that's a message that we could take back, that when priorities change, if there's a way that we could be included in the conversation so we have a chance even to articulate our own priorities about what's happening either in our districts, in our city, or with our folks.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's a really good point. As it relates to ARPA, I did inherit a lot of these projects that were existing and they were already allocated for as of 12/31/24, because that was the deadline given to us by the government. So at this point, what we're doing is backfilling obligations that we've already made. So in this case, all of these dollars are being funneled to the Brothers Keeper facility because we had another pot of money that was identified, but given some of the stipulations of that specific grant, we needed to do some reallocations and readjustments internally. So we can absolutely, bring you all in to future conversations as it relates to any transfers or reallocations, but just know that, we're responding to our existing obligations first.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. Yes. Roll call?
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
No.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 6 yes, 1 no.
With a vote of 6 yes, 1 no, CPO 2026-27 passes.
Thank you.
CPR 2026-04, a resolution of the Gary City Council choosing a firm to continue negotiations for a guaranteed energy savings contract, sponsored by the Gary Common Council, Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary.
Okay.
Madam President,
Yes.
I move for passage of CPR 2026-04.
Overview? Oh, second. Overview.
Good evening, Council. Thank you for this opportunity. I have the gentleman here from here to discuss the project for you.
Good evening, Gary Council. Thank you for your time this evening. Rick Anderson with Verigy, my regional sales director, Bob Smith, here with me this evening as well. So Gary Council approved a resolution to move forward with advertisements for a guaranteed savings project back at the end of 2024. You all advertised, there's an advertising process that you have to advertise a couple times in local papers. We responded to the advertisement and were picked to move forward by the city council to move forward with a project. The basic overview of the project is we don't know exactly what is in the project yet because there needs to be an assessment done. The first thing we would do is sit down with council and any other stakeholders involved. We would assess your particular needs and priorities, and then we would actually do an assessment of your buildings to find out any issues, and we would come back with recommendations to council. So there actually wouldn't be any kind of a contract until we actually came up with what the needs of the city were, and then we would come back with some recommendations.
Questions?
How you doing?
Good evening.
So let me ask you this. I know you've done your research. Do you have any recommendations for us now?
Do I have any recommendations now? I think there's some definite things. So the main things that we look at are anything that's going to save you all some on your energy and operational costs. But it's also infrastructure improvement as well. So anything lighting, HVAC, windows, any building envelope. We also do quite a bit of solar. So there's some Inflation the Inflation Reduction Act was passed back in 22, which would allow you to potentially get back 30 to 40% of an investment on any solar or geothermal. So in entering some of your buildings and looking around in some of your facilities, we're really excited about coming up with some opportunities because there are definitely opportunities for you to save some money.
Okay. And to our point, because I know we spoke before, when those opportunities present ourselves, we'll make sure that we solicit our Gary residents that can probably do that work and get them on site to get that done, right?
Absolutely. We would look for any local, both City of Gary. Ellis gave me Mr. Hawkins' name, so chat with him first. But there's also an approved bunch of vendors from the City of Gary that we would look at absolutely first.
Absolutely, because for a long time, when we looked at the railroad project and other projects, I would drive by and I used to tell my boys how much the trades were important, things of this sort. But guess what? Every time that me and my boys rode by those projects, and no offense, nobody looked like us. So I want to make sure that we are being diverse with these projects and making sure that our citizens that are able and they're accredited and know how to do the work, that they're able to get on those sites too.
Absolutely.
All right.
Roll call? Nobody else? Roll call.
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, CPR 2026-04 passes.
Madam President, as pending ordinances and
Thank you.
resolutions on third and final.
Second reading. Okay. NEU CPO 2026-28.
Okay. CPO 2026-28, an ordinance adopting official zoning map of the City of Gary to become effective as of August 1st, 2026, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Planning and Zoning Department, and the Gary City Plan Commission. Would you like for me to continue?
Yes, please.
CPO 2026-29, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for property located at 9449 Lakeshore Drive to be used as a short-term rental property by petitioner Rex Blackwell and Peggy Blackwell, sponsored by the Gary Zoning Department, petitioner Rex Blackwell and Peggy Blackwell, 9449 Lake Street, Gary, Indiana, and CPO 2026-30, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for property located at 4002 Pennsylvania Street to be used for independent living by petitioner Shaquita Bryant, sponsored by Gary Zoning Department, and petitioner Shaquita Bryant, 4002 Pennsylvania Street, Gary, Indiana.
Madam President, may I Read all three in succession. I move for passage of the following council pending ordinance on second reading, CPO 2026-18-29, -28-29 and -30 with Planning and Development Committee hearing scheduled with a Planning and Development hearing scheduled for Tuesday, July 14th at 6 p.m. with a public hearing scheduled for Tuesday, July 21st at 6 p.m.
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy, Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, CPO 2026-28, 29, and 30 are scheduled for a committee hearing scheduled for July the 14th at 6 p.m. and a public meeting July the 21st at 6 p.m. Yes.
Move for passage of CPO 26-25 for a committee hearing scheduled for Tuesday, July the 14th at 5:30 with a public hearing scheduled for July 21st at 6 p.m.
Second. It's been motioned and second. Ways and Means Committee hearing, CPO 2026-25, scheduled for July the 14th at 5:30 p.m. and a public hearing July the 21st at 6 p.m. Roll call.
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham.
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, CPO 2026-25 is scheduled for July 14th at 5:30 and July 21st at 6 p.m.
Madam President, is pending ordinances and resolutions on second reading.
Are they still here? Mr. Stubbs? Come on. Give you the floor. He got something. We done had a lot happen. He got something.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry I didn't hear you.
That's okay.
Would you
Time
repeat?
for the administration?
Oh, thank you. Well, yes, great opportunity for us. First of all, I want to start off by saying thank you to the engagement of the council and the entire city of Gary as we had several events over the past week, including the Music Fest, including the 4th of July parade, where we were able to celebrate these events in a manner in which it seemed that all appreciated and enjoyed themselves. So I want to thank everyone for their participation, and I look forward to more events and activities that are planned this summer, including Wind Down Wednesday for the first one this year on Wednesday evening. Additionally, I want to take some time to, first of all, thank our constituents who made it to council meeting tonight to talk about some of the issues that face their garbage collection in regards to the garbage being moved to the front pickup site. As you know, Director Hatcher had shared on multiple occasions, and you've heard that probably close to 65–70% of the city of Gary garbage collection is already in the front. The remaining 35% of homes are going to be impacted now. And we've heard, and I heard a couple times tonight in regards to why this happened. And the number one reason why it had happened is that our alleys had been neglected for years. There just had been decades of overgrowth, lack of consistent management. Some neighborhoods, the residents were able to keep it under control, but in some neighborhoods it was just unpassable. There were locations where you couldn't look from one end of the alley to the other end, just visually look across because of the vegetation overgrowth and some of the trash and dumping that has happened in the alleys. And the number one catalyst of that was some of our partners, NIPSCO, Indiana American, and Gary Sanitary, that needed to put their maintenance into the alleys for their pipelines and overhead wires, weren't able to access those facilities because of our alleys overgrowth. And it was causing the utilities to use up a majority of their budget to repair our distribution system on cleaning our alleys. And it just risking our neighbors, our communities, for service, vital services for you, to keep your lights on, keep your homes warm and cool. And so we had made every effort to find a way to appease and rectify this situation. And the way to do it in an orderly manner, with NIPSCO, we got their circuits that they were going to manage and maintain and their priority list, and we're going to attack that by starting to clear those alleys. And the only way to do it with a financial prudent way was to do all of these so that we get all the trash out front so that we can move and get that taken care of. So thank you for your patience with that. One thing I want to assure you, we gave a phone number with the garbage collection. Please call 311 or that phone number for the customer service desk. And if you have an issue, we certainly want to come out and take a look. We have supervisors who are going to come out and individually take a look personally at each site, each location, and see what we can do to make a reasonable conclusion to the issue. We don't want to cause problems with people with hardship where you're trying to take something that's too heavy, too awkward to use. So we'll find a workaround to make sure it happens. There's a number of locations already identified as locations that we won't be able to move the trash. We certainly know that. But we want to make sure we lay eyes on each location and understand the situation that you face. But we're going to find a conclusion. So we're not going to put you under any stress. We assure you of that. So just give us a call. We'll take care of it. So just wanted that opportunity to share with the council and with the community who, again, thank you for being here. Feedback's a gift. I just want to hear what you have to say, and then we can work around it. Council members, anything you would like to ask, I'd be happy to share. Yes, sir.
Thank you for all the work that you do, Mr. Suggs. I wanted to ask you, with Wind Down Wednesday happening, are we showing leniency with the grass that's off to the side? Are they going to be able to park there, or what are we doing? I just want to make sure that we're being transparent before Wind Down Wednesday comes, because you know how it gets on that side.
Yes, currently what I understand is it's going to be the same parking that was allowed to park along Marquette Parkway there on the south side of the road there. I think it's still going to be allowed. I will clarify and send a note out tomorrow.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, because if it does happen, I don't want those our patrons getting told or anything like that. So I just want to have full transparency. That's all.
Certainly.
Thank you,
I
sir.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Chief Suggs?
Yes.
Madam President, Chief Suggs. First of all, thank you so much for expressing that there will be some, at least consideration, given to people who may not feasibly be able to get their garbage to the front. I know in Miller, especially with some houses on such sharp, steep inclines, or actually in depressed areas as well, it's just almost impossible to, if not very, very hard for someone sickly or someone elderly to get their trash to the front. So I appreciate just the individual consideration. And then to Councilman Tolliver's point, I would just encourage everybody to support the paid parking at the park. I had this conversation with somebody on the 4th of July. We're able to provide events like Wind Down Wednesdays for free. We ask, though, that our patrons do support the park. It is ours. I had the same conversation with my children. When, we go out of town, we pay what they tell us to pay. So why not invest in ourselves invest in the park that we live around the block from? Why not pay a couple dollars to go in the park and knowing that we'll benefit from any of those investments, we'll benefit from that patronage. So that's just a message I've been sharing. I shared it when I went walking around the neighborhood on the 4th of July to everybody who complained to me about parking in the paid lots. But I do want to encourage us to support the park. Join the Friends of Marquette Park. I think they donate $100 a year to Marquette Park. So if you have more than just the ability to pay for parking, join the Friends of Marquette, donate to our park or your neighborhood park. Find a way to support your park. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
Anyone else? Thank you, Mr. Sellers.
Thank you, Madam President.
If we don't have anything else, I need a motion. Yeah, get the-
Mr. Sellers, come on back up. This is in question to, I think, what the comptroller said, and I may be mistaken, but was it stated that the money from the mobile mental unit went to Edgewater? Or
I didn't hear that, sir.
can somebody that came out from somewhere? That was you? Okay. Can you elaborate on is that? And the reason why I asked about this is because I don't think any of you all were here except for you when that money was allocated for that mental mobile health unit, and it was a big well-to-do about it. And we pretty much haven't had any presentation or any updates on what has happened because it was a lot of money allocated to that. As far as the progress of what's going on, and I hear about Edgewater, so can someone kind of update us on what's going on?
Yeah, so I'll just say that did come from Councilwoman Latham.
Okay, I
I didn't make that
apologize. I
comment.
know it came
No,
from
no,
somewhere.
that's all right. And then we have our Director of the Health Department, Katrina, here.
Good evening, Council
Good
President. So the funding for that mobile unit was like $1.5 million. This was prior to me coming in. For Edgewater, they were allotted $144,000. That's what went toward them. So there were other entities. I can't get that information sent to you all so you can get the breakdown to see where those funds went. But that last portion of money that the controller spoke about, that money is going to go to Brothers Keepers specifically because there was a need there that they didn't have the funds for. So they just had to basically shift those funds over to Brothers
No, my
Keepers.
question is about that. I'm fine with that. I'm talking about the mobile mental unit that money was allocated from the
So
council.
there was not necessarily an actual mobile mental unit. So what that pertained to was just the fund. Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Is it Linda Bishop? She.
Oh, Karen Bishop.
Karen Bishop, okay. They have a meeting every month
Mhm.
over at Edgewater. And they come in and they discuss what they've been doing with the mobile. I sent you an email.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can contact her and she'll
Okay.
update you.
So is being used for its intended use, because what we were told that when police go out and there's somebody that has a mental health issue,
Yes.
that mobile unit is to go out and kind of diffuse
And
situation.
we have a couple of police officers, if I'm not mistaken, Cannon, and then we have maybe an officer from St. John also, that they come to those meetings regularly.
So now I want to know how many times has it been used? Can we
So-
get
Well,
that?
they have meetings every month.
Yeah, so it's a meeting, as President Caldwell was speaking about. It's not an actual unit. So what that means is it's just Chief Cannon actually spearheads that meeting monthly when they do have it. And it's just a bunch of the community partners that are engaged in it. Some of the funding was outlined to some of those people within that actual unit. So like said persons at the table is actually a unit of people, not an actual mental mobile unit.
No, we're not talking about like a mobile
Okay.
home going somewhere.
Right.
trying to
Okay.
Stop now. I know that.
Okay.
Since that ordinance was passed, what I would like to see, because it predates this administration, and myself, Linda Barnes Caldwell, I don't think were you on the council? You was here and me and Dwight was here. You two were not here. Kenneth Westing wasn't here. What I would like to see is a presentation before the public since its inception. And I understand the meetings during the day because many of us can't make those meetings, but we allocated money towards that, and we would like to hear from that entity and the police how that partnership is actually working so far, because I know the current administration did not present this. It fell into their lap, to your lap. So we would like to know kind of how is it working? Is it beneficial? How things are going? So the culmination of those meetings that they've had, let's just do maybe a 30-minute presentation or something and just let us know how it's going.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah,
We
that's all I
actually
wanted
have
to know.
Shakara Gunn. She's our mental behavioral health specialist. She spearheads that, so I can make sure we can get something together,
Yeah, 'cause I
maybe
know
a
we need a lot of
PowerPoint.
gas for that mobile home unit that we drive around.
Right,
to
no.
stop them crying.
So I can make sure I get her together for you all. She can do a presentation for you if
Thank
you
you, I
want that.
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Excellent job.
Any other questions? I need a motion to adjourn. Adjourned.